Big changes are happening at the Republic of Bad Cryptopia, and a lot of people are wondering when in the world this bull run is going to actually bull. Well, we're here to fill you in on the massive changes and our take on Bitcoin and your bag of alts. It's here today with your favorite blockheads on episode number 794 of the Bad Crypto Podcast.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff.
Who's bad?
Howdy ho, kids.
Oh, that's a bad Kermit the Frog.
Welcome to the
That
Bad
was right on.
Crypto.
That was right on brand, though, dude. That was awesome.
Welcome to the Bad Crypto Podcast.
Hi ho, Kermit the Frog here, and we are here. Sort of Patrick Mahomesy.
Yeah,
Very
I
good.
think that's better. We are and have been the blockchain blockheads, Sir Lord Joel Com and Sir Lord Travis Wright. And yes, there are big changes. If you are a fan of this show, then you're really going to be interested in what's going on. And if somehow we lost you along the way, then stay tuned, because today we are going to bring you into
Really
the fold
lose
here.
you.
Yeah.
Really?
We're going to
We're
bring you
gonna
into the
bury
fold.
you, bitches.
Sir Lord Travis, let's flip flop things. Usually we start with the price of Bitcoin and all, and I want to get to that, but the changes that are taking place in our lives, in particular, are huge. And I want to start with you because you are now permanently relocated 8 hours ahead of me in Puerto Rico. Where in the world are you?
I thought you were going to say I'd come out as being gay, and I did not do that.
I thought everybody knew that already. Why are you gay?
Why are you gay? So yeah, what's happened is, we call Sir Lord, Joel Com, Sir Lord Travis, or I might have to change my name to Habibi, Sheikh Habibi. I have moved to Dubai, believe it or not. What? He's moved to Dubai? What do you mean?
Habibi.
Yeah, Habibi Travibi is who I am now. And I know some of you guys have tuned in and listened. I've done a bunch of X spaces over the last year and a half. And of those, I think I've done over about 210 probably. And of
Wow.
those, there's like a handful of projects I saw that were really
Super
solid.
spacey.
Yeah, 210, dude. That's a
That's a
lot,
lot.
huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was doing a bunch. And then on top of Bad Crypto, we're doing, sometimes we've done as many as 4 shows a week. Sometimes we do 0 shows a week.
Yeah.
I think probably 1 show a week is where we're going to be settling on. But of those projects, there was like a handful of them that I saw was like, dude, this one's really good. These are good. Joel and I would chat with them. And I saw one project called multibank.io. I met the founder. I met some of the other chief people within the company, Courtney. I also met Alex, who runs Maverick. Just met a bunch of awesome people at the project. And I mentioned to Zach, after about doing 3 of these spaces with him, I said, "Hey, if you ever need a chief innovation officer, let me know." And he laughs and he goes, "Ha ha ha! I know the guy who knows the guy." So he's the CEO. His father's the chairman. And I have come on officially starting on Monday as the Chief Innovation and Web3 Marketing Officer. I am leading the MBG token, multibank.io. There's the whole group, which is multibankgroup.com. It's sort of like this, Joel. It's like consumer banking, commercial banking. They also have like the Wall Street side of things, which is kind of like Bloomberg and the Reuters, the terminal. They have the trading part of things, and that's the traditional side of the business. And then they also have the crypto side, RWA. They've got over $3 billion in RWAs contracts already set up, and they are doing a bunch of other stuff. And I'm like, dude, put me in, coach. And
Yeah.
it took a while to do, but here we are. It was about we started chatting in March and April, chatted again about it in July, August, chatted with some more people, and then met the chairman. They pulled the trigger immediately, and they're like, "Get out here as soon as you can." And here I am.
And there you are. And so I know it's late there, but that does not mean that we are going to cease production of this show. Au contraire, our friends out there in Listenerville, but we're actually probably going to become more regular. We're taking our virtual Metamucil, and it's going to be a constant four for Travis and myself. And
Mm.
you don't know what that means,
You know,
then
Metamucil actually is comprised of mostly psyllium husks.
don't be
A
silly.
psyllium husk, when you drink them, they get a little gelatinous.
Yeah.
You drink that, throw it down the old tubes, and then it just starts collecting the gunk all along that intestinal tract, and
Mhm.
you just poo out the most beautiful, sometimes up to 15-inch turds. It's pretty amazing.
For when corn doesn't do the trick. That's what you got. Well, this is
Corn
this
doesn't
is
ever do a trick. Corn clogs it up.
corn just makes an appearance
Silly
again.
husk.
That's all.
Did I ever tell the story about what happened on last Thanksgiving when I took too much psyllium husks? And it was basically like this. I took psyllium husks, too much psyllium husks, not enough water on an empty stomach, and then I ate Thanksgiving dinner. So it was like basically like putting a stopper on the bathtub. Oh my God, I have never needed to shit as hard as I did that day. Next 3 days, I was in pain. I thought like my appendix was going to burst, dude. I was in such pain.
This is
So
why
don't
you
take
guys are
Metamucil
here.
before Thanksgiving dinner, folks, as a
This is
general.
literally why people tune in to Bad Crypto to hear about your poops, Travis. I'm sure of it. Like we're probably going to get a 5-star rating that says more poop talk,
Wow,
please.
more corn, more
More
poop.
more
But that's
corn.
just real life. I'm just trying to share like real world. Like we're trying to help you out here. You know, it's not just crypto we like to talk about. We like to talk about AI. We talk about tech in general. We like to talk about life. We throw in a little politics. It's kind of what it is. It's not just.
We're digestive experts as well. I'll tell you the
You know how
best
you
way.
want your news and your crypto, your podcast to be digestible?
Perfect
Ours is
way
somewhat.
to get a number four. So you can talk about one thing because you've been really excited about this one thing that's happening there inside the bank with this MMA fighter. So share a little bit about that. And what's his name again? Let me pull it up.
His name is Khabib, Khabib. Last name starts with an N. I don't know how to say his last name.
Nurmagomedov.
Norman Nagornodov. You
Okay.
guys know, if you like UFC, you know about this guy. He went 29-0 as a, I believe, lightweight or featherweight or something. He's from Dagestan. He is awesome, awesome dude. Went 29-0. He retired a couple years back. He's in the Hall of Fame, and they have done a partnership with Khabib. You know, multi-bank has been huge with RWAs. They did a $3 billion deal with the Ritz-Carlton. So
Wow.
like they're doing more stuff with RWAs than most anybody, more, but they're not known yet. So that's kind of the goal, is to let them be known. And dude, Khabib is coming into the headquarters on the 19th of November. I'm going to be sitting next to him,
Nice.
and he's going to be 30-0 after he punches me after I say something inappropriate, probably.
I hear they call you the Eagle. That's his name. Well,
Yeah,
that's all super exciting, Trav. I'm happy for you, and I think that there's some big things ahead in Dubai.
right.
Meanwhile,
Dubai is just exciting, bro. There's so much going on in Dubai. Oh, I was literally looking at my Instagram to see all the little map of all the dude. There's like 9 people around me that I know that I've
oh
connected
wow,
with because they're in Dubai right now. Like I was like, wow,
yeah,
how awesome is that?
it's
Crazy.
East meets West meets Middle East, and it's this interesting little pocket. If you've never visited, then I recommend that you do and go see
Mhm.
Travis. And I'm hoping to come out and see you out there.
You know what's wild is we're like, I don't know exactly how far we are, but when we were flying in, you know, because they flew me in through Emirates, and I, you know, had the nice little TV that shows like where you are, and
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
like, we were literally flying over Baghdad. It
Oh,
was like Baghdad. And I was
Kuwait.
like, wow. I farted. I had to drop a bomb over Baghdad, and we landed in Dubai, and we are just so close to Iran. It's
Yeah,
wild, dude. You know,
totally,
I mean, it's like
totally.
the
Like,
story of the seven Emirates and how they became the United Arab Emirates, and they're all their own little kingdoms, and
mhm.
it's a really fascinating story. And in 1971, there was no real Dubai like we see today. Dubai has been set up since then. This thing exploded. since around when I was born.
It's the Vegas of the other hemisphere, basically. They pick Vegas in the middle of a desert to sprout out this metropolis, and
Mm,
Dubai is kind of
yeah.
likewise. It's crazy.
Yeah, but it's actually by a big body of water because there's literally like
Yes.
you can go right to the edge like that. Vegas is in the middle of nowhere. It's
Yeah.
so
You
weird
got the
why they
Hoover
would have
Dam.
chosen
You
Vegas.
got the Hoover Dam. You can go hang out there.
Right. I
Yeah.
guess they did have water before they blocked the Hoover Dam.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure how that works, but anyhow,
Yeah.
that's what's happening on the other side of the world. On this side of the world, I know we mentioned it briefly, but the most exciting thing in my world is I'm getting married. And so
Yeah.
Aaron and I have set the date for next September. We're getting married in
Hold on,
Breckenridge.
hold on. It's Aaron, Erin, not Aaron.
That is
Joel is
correct.
marrying a woman. He's marrying a woman. Want to
She's
let
a
everybody
woman.
know.
Well, I mean, those who have listened to the show for some time know that Aaron used to produce this show, and so
Ironically, another Aaron used to produce the show, kind of too.
yeah, that was a
That was a
dude.
dude person.
That was a dude, Aaron. That was double A, Aaron. And so that's going to happen in Breckenridge next September. And I've been working on my podcast. I'm reviving my personal YouTube channel. I've got all these stories from decades of my entrepreneurial experience, and I've been talking to Merlin. That's the name I gave to my Chat GPT about, how do I assimilate all of this and bring value to others? Because I believe that the experiences we have, whatever they are, good or difficult, what we learn from them is what we're supposed to pass on to others. And so that's what I'm doing on at Joel Com on YouTube. I'm doing my AI for Everyone show once a week, and we're approaching 1,000 subscribers on that. So getting close
Nice job, dude.
to hitting that milestone, and encourage you guys to check it out. AI for Everyone show.com. Would love for you to join me over there. And I'm working on my book, Trav.
Mm.
Because the stories that I'm telling on my Joel Comp channel, those are all that's stuff that can be put into text. And so haven't
Oh,
pitched
so
it
it's
to
kind of
my
like a
agent.
memoir.
Well, not really a memoir so much as it is, here's what I've learned, here's what you should know, right?
Okay.
Here's what I stumbled into. And
Very
of
nice.
course,
Shit Joel knows.
that goes with stories because you got to tell the
Mm.
stories in order to frame the lessons you've learned. So
You're a great
that
storyteller. I love your stories. I like when you read me books at night before I go to sleep.
we'll gather around, everybody. So
Gather
so
round,
Sir
children.
Lord Joel can tell you a story. All I can think of is Gilligan's Island at the moment, but we won't go there. And so because of all these changes and things going on, we're still here. We're still going to talk crypto. We're two dudes talking crypto, but Travis and I were talking offline about the original intent of this show. And it began because he and I would get on Zoom calls or on Signal or wherever we were, and we would just talk about crypto. We would just talk about our thoughts about, what's happening in the market, what's happening in the world, and what's happening in politics. And Travis is like, we should have just been hitting record on these conversations and put them out as a podcast, which is the impetus for why we started the show. And somehow I feel like, Trav, we've gotten a little bit away from that. I mean, we still banter
Yeah.
around the news, but we've kind of lost
Mhm.
the us, the I-ness, the you-ness, the usness, the we-ness of it all.
The anus. We didn't lose that. That was good.
That's it.
No, I think you're right. And it's like when we were working with CCP digital, and we were like, all right, we're making this a business. This is a media thing. And it was like, don't do banter. Put banter at the end. People don't like your banter. They want the news. And I'm like, I think at this point, like people get enough places to get the news
Mm-hmm.
that maybe they don't just want us, reading and talking about various components of news that sometimes we may or may not even care about. We know that our crypto portfolio goes up, our crypto portfolio goes down. There's really key things that happen that we want to talk about. And I think that the way that the web works now is that if we were to do a 15, 20-minute video talking about one subject that's relevant, instead of trying to cram in 10 things and they're not all related to one another,
Mm-hmm.
those are really hard to rank. No one's searching for those. And
Mm-hmm.
so we want to kind of reevaluate how we're doing it. We like to talk about crypto clearly. We like to talk about AI and technology and where things are going. We like to throw in some politics sometimes because it's all part of it and it's what got us into this in the first place. And we like to talk about life and we like to talk about shit and we like to talk about corn and we like to talk about being dudes over 50, and we like to be two dudes talking crypto. So it's kind of a
Yeah.
combination of all of that, and each show is going to be its own little thing, probably.
That's what you got. That's what it is, gang. So let's take a look here for this particular date to see what the crypto markets are looking like. Timestamp the 7th of November, 2025, 12:50 p.m. Atlantic Standard Time, because time change again. Now we're an hour ahead of New York because everybody else changes, but Puerto Rico doesn't. Total crypto market cap just shy of 3.5 trillion, and Bitcoin has dipped below 100,000 a couple times now, currently sitting at 101, 198. Ethereum is what's taken the biggest hit, I think, for the biggies, down to
Look at the
30.
last week, boom, down
Yeah,
14%.
14%, 33.10. XRP down to two and a quarter.
Solana down 16%. Good
BNB
Lord.
949, Solana 157, Tron 28 cents, Dogecoin 17, not taking as much of a pounding. And then you've got a few that have had a really good
What the hell was
week. And
that? That thing just went crazy. What is that?
look,
Oh
look,
my God. Internet computers coming alive?
Internet Computer came alive. I mean, look at the big chart. It doesn't look like
Dude,
it,
I
but when
lost so much money on that fucking project, dude.
we
I'm
go to
sorry to
three
cuss, but like,
months,
good
it's
Lord.
popped up to almost $9, and I'm not sure what's going on,
I'm
but
not buying that shit anymore. People, I don't know. It seems like it's a really good token, but I lost a couple $100,000 total on that one for holding
yeah,
it and being emotional and being loving it.
yikes. Here's
Yeah.
here's what we need to look at again. Okay, this is the key website. I think that everybody who's a little scared about what's been going on might not see the big picture. Is the CoinGlass bull market peak signals? There's 30 of them, and as they hit, that's the indicator that we found the top and we should sell. And here's the deal: of the 30 of them, not one of them has hit. We've got a few that are close. Bitcoin dominance, long-term holder supply are close, but a lot of them here, they're nowhere near hitting. And this is where I want to bring my analysis and then hear your thoughts, Trav.
Mhm.
I feel like when we zoom out on Bitcoin, it was just a year ago we were at 69,000. Just a year ago. That's it. And it feels like, oh my gosh, I can't believe we've gone back under 100 again. This stuff happens. The ups and downs happen, but the trend line of Bitcoin is an up and to the right trend line. Like if you don't look at it and you just sock it away, odds are it's going to keep going up and to the right. And I think that we have broken the 4-year cycle. I think that all of that was still when it was still in a very risky place. Now that it's becoming mainstream, I think things are going to balance out a little bit more, and we're going to see a continued up climb without, this is my prediction, without the massive sell off in long bear market. The beer market. Go and get your Lowenbrow and your bud. It's a beer market. I feel like things are going to be rocky and bumpy because volatility is inherent in Bitcoin. And I don't know about the alts, but I'm pretty confident, and this is not financial advice, that we have broken the 4-year cycle. And we're going to see an all-time high in 2026. That's what I believe.
You think so?
I do. That's, call it hopium if you want to, but everything my eyes tells me, everything that I hear, everything I see, which is processed through this little massive cells in my cranium, tells me that we've never seen nation state adoption like we're seeing now, progress in that we've never seen financial institution adoption like we have right now, that we've never seen the amount of money in Bitcoin treasuries, those that are holding and not selling like we're seeing right now. We've never had a pro crypto president that is vested in the success of crypto like we have right now. There's just we've never seen the progress in the technology around blockchain, the adoption in enterprise like we've seen right now. So explain to me how, with all of this forward moving pressure, we enter into a prolonged bear market. I'm not saying we can't have a crash. I totally think that we can have a crash, but I think that it won't be a prolonged period, like a couple of years of bear. What do you think?
You ready for me to go?
Go.
So I will say this. We have thought something similar to this in 2018. We thought something similar to this in 2022, in 21, and here we are again. We're very optimistic. We like to remain optimistic each
Yeah, but that's not
time.
true. That's not true. We didn't have all
Well,
of those things in 2021. We didn't
no,
have
but
the
it was
adoption.
different. But it was crypto always has a way of doing what you don't want it to do, or when you don't think it's going to do. It always zigs when you think it's going to zag.
That's
It's
not
happened
untrue.
every time.
Yeah.
We thought last time, oh man, with all this stuff that's happening right here and the adoption, we're not going to see it. And then we saw it worse than we saw it in 2018. And here's what I think. Um,
We're
if
all
you
going to
based
get
on the
screwed.
numbers,
You're
you
going to get
think we
wrecked.
base it on the numbers? Well, so I have the platform we built called Coin Research. It uses AI and does analysis on things.
Yeah.
And we saw that the all-time low before the halving to October 6th was 1,059 days. On October 6th, it was like 120 something $1,000. I think that is the final go round of this particular thing. That's what that analysis called it. And
Yeah, but that
um,
just predicted what you said. You just said that crypto zigs when you think it's going to zag, or zags when you think it's going to zig, and
okay,
yet
so we thought it was going to zag, and it zagged.
it
And
did
it's going
exactly
from
what.
120 something down to 98 something,
Right.
right? So it did. And so it's sitting around, the crypto market was at 4.3 trillion. Now it's
Right.
at 4.3.4 trillion.
3, 4.
So
Yeah.
it's already lost $900 billion already.
Right.
Is it going to rebound? This reminds me of what I thought it was going to happen in 2018. I was going to remember I was going to buy that GT. I was going to buy that badass Mustang GT convertible. We were in Davos and I was like, oh man, I think I should buy it. And then by the time we got back, the crypto market was already down 40%. So the crypto market's down from 4.3 trillion to 3.4
5. Yeah.
trillion. Like that's already lost $9 trillion. Like that's a lot. Can we easily recover from that? Well, we got to have good news.
Nine,
I
nine,
think
900 billion, not 9 trillion.
$900 billion. Yeah. So that's crazy. And then I think that maybe if the government shutdown comes back up and money gets flowing in, because right now there's not as much capital flowing in.
Mhm.
So I think that I think you're right on a lot of points. It would seem that it would be. We're going to be standing there at our skeleton going, is it on season?
Yeah.
When's it? I was
But
promised
you
off
bring up a good
season.
point. Something we didn't bring up is that interest rates are lowering and quantitative tightening is going to stop, which means what? Money printers go burr. So
Mhm.
people are going to be looking for more on risk to put their money in. So that's, and odds are I'm wrong because I've been wrong so many times over this past 9 years. Wrecked should be tattooed right here on my
Dude, we're
forehead.
just two blockheads, two dudes talking crypto, and I think I just sharded a little. We might want to end this show.
All right. Well, you guys, there you go. There's the latest updates. Do write us, badcryptopodcast@gmail.com, and let us know what you want more of, what you want less of. Do you like this type of format where Travis and I are just talking about what's going on and wrapping crypto into it, our thoughts on all that? Or is there something else you would like from us? Also, our phone number, the Bad Crypto Hotline, is alive and well with 24/7 secretary waiting to hear from you. 708
Merlin is waiting on the line.
Merlina, 708-885-9030, 708-885-9030, or email us, badcryptopodcast@gmail.com. Let us know your thoughts. We'll catch you next time from Puerto Rico and Dubai. It's two blockheads, two dudes talking crypto saying, stay bad. The Bad Crypto Crypto Podcast is a production of Bad Crypto LLC. The content of the show, the videos, and the website is provided for educational, informational, and entertainment purposes only. It's not intended to be and does not constitute financial, investment, or trading advice of any kind. You shouldn't make any decisions as to finances, investing, trading, or anything else based on this information without undertaking independent due diligence and consultation with a professional financial advisor. Please understand that the trading of Bitcoins and alternative cryptocurrencies have potential risks involved. Anyone wishing to invest in any of the currencies or tokens mentioned on this podcast should first seek their own independent professional financial advisor.
Two dudes talking crypto. Two dudes talking crypto. Joel and Travis are just two dudes talking crypto. Oh yeah.